All right, baselines have been established. Yeah. Let's see what the next step is. Unplug. And then we want, oh yeah, power. So I'm realizing now that this screen should go a little larger. Woo, haha. I'll leave that there for now. All right. We want power shutdown. Confirm. Cooling down a bit. I like it. Good to see it. Oh yeah, I realize I need to get two things. I need to get gloves, and I need to get I can't remember. I'll be right back when I get those things. All right, I remembered. Okay, so gloves and alcohol swabs to remove the thermal paste that's already on there. All right, let's see. I've already opened this thing up a couple of times. Oh, by the way, I am leaving this back on. I know I'm replacing it with purple just to put this cover back on, but these grips are really nice. Quite a fan. Yeah, let's get this started. See what happens. So first off, the grip case is coming off. Quite happy with this thing. All right. Now, let's see. Am I going to use this? Does the LTT screwdriver have a viable option? Let's see. I forget. They do. All right. I am going to use this tray here from the iFixit kit. There are 8 screws. If I'm not mistaken, 4 long, 4 short. Removal. Oh man, I just remembered how much of a pain in the butt it is to take the plastic clips off, but whatever. Won't be that bad. Done it before, I can do it again. Alright. Short. And short. I almost just made a very big mistake as well. I did not check to see if my memory card was already removed or not. I'm glad I thought of it. Do not try to take this back plate off with the memory card installed. You won't necessarily always break it or the housing, but it's possible. So what I'm actually going to do, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to keep that just for the sake of OCD, keeping stuff organized. I am going to pull the micro SD card out in just a moment. I'm going to keep saying it out loud so I don't forget it. I'm going to take my micro SD card out as soon as I get this last screw out. All right. Micro SD card officially removed. We're winning. All right. Next step. So I lost my iFixit kit that has the clip tool, but I happen to have this other device from Quinn, Harbor Freight's version. I've used this once before, and I gotta say, it is pretty freaking good. They have everything that you need. I don't know where my... I was going to do a video comparing this kit specifically to iFixit's offering of a similar price and performance range, what comes in the same kit and whatnot. But I could not find my kit. It's pretty spot on similar. The form factor is a little bit easier to keep together. In fact, the pick that I already have out is from this kit, but it comes with multiple... Oh, you can't quite see those. Haha. Multiple... Same thing, but more of them for breaking that open, as well as a couple of other different options. They're so close to the quality of iFixit that I would almost imagine that they came from either the same place or at least like similar designs. I don't know. Regardless, I'm going to grab one of these. Ooh, it's way far. Okay. And then I'm going to put this out of the way. All right, next step always makes me nervous because I always I don't know, I don't like removing plastic clips. I always forget which part to start it at. I really don't like this. There it is. Top and back, if I remember correctly, is where I went with the most luck. Man, I'm making some fun faces. Once you get that started, should be a little bit easier for the rest of the system. Yeah, there it is. They do warn that if you do this even once, you are slightly risking the structural integrity of your system, of your clips. They're probably right. I'm not going to go and tell them that they're incorrect in saying so. But there are also screws present. So I think the screws are going to be doing a lot of the work. I have these textured pads on the back of these buttons, but the JSAUX case comes with extra buttons. JSAUX, whatever. I'm going to try their buttons out and then just get stickers for them if I really like them. But I'm going to keep this just as is. Put you over here. All right. So, first off, this piece here, what this does is it goes on here once you put the thumbsticks in and everything, and it adds an extra thermal pad to this backing spot here, making it just dissipate the heat from this to the case and then to the outside a little bit quicker, a little bit more efficiently. That is going to be visible on this, which is fine. I'm glad it's actually kind of on the clear thing so I can remember where it is so I don't put my hand right directly on it. From what I understand from other people who've done this, this part does get very hot. But first, before I put this on, got a couple things I have to get done. First is I do have to pick the buttons I want, which I'm going to do that next, I think. But I also have to take this whole thing off because we're going one step further. I'm going to replace the thermal paste with this thermal pad, this FROSTSHEET thermal pad. So that should be causing more heat to go through to the cooler, to then go through to this backplate here, that then goes through to the backplate here, but then it's going to make this hotter. Theoretically. We'll see what happens. All right. All right, right. Okay. So, oh, it comes with the frickin', I forgot. It comes with the tools you need. The spudger, the, whatever, I've got my own. But it comes with what you need, the JSAUX case. All right, so the buttons. I am going to pick, I saw Taki Udon used these ones. Yes, and he said he liked them. That's honestly enough for me to give them a shot. He also pointed out, I'm going to move this all over actually. It's a dangerous game I'm playing here. Funny too. Okay, so I was originally waiting to make this video. I've had all this stuff for weeks now. I've been waiting to make this video because I keep on telling myself I'll do it when I clean my office. I'll do it when I clean my office, and then I never clean my office. I felt like I was giving myself an out. I figured, fuck it. I'm just going to record it in a dirty office. You get what you get. That being said, I do remember, so I watched Taki's review of this. He said he thought he was going to get the purple, and he decided he liked the purple less than the others, which is surprising. But in the process, he noticed and mentioned that the connections for the, what is it, the L4, L5, these buttons on the back are brass sunk into this here, which I will show nice and close. But that is so that they are sturdy, so that you can take them out and change them and do whatever you got to do, and it shouldn't cause any issues. Everything's clearly marked. You gotta love it. Clearly marked what these screws are for. Absolutely adore that. Sorry, TikTok cam, you're not really getting the full experience. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing for this. I'm not gonna. I just don't care that much. I'm going to cut stuff down most likely. Okay, so we got L5. Which side is L? Oh, it says on the thing. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Everything's properly labeled. I adore this. Okay, so L5, does it just sit in there? I think it just do. Yeah, it just does. Okay, cool. L4, I gotta get the stickers off of these things. Then we got R4. My brain. My boy. And then R5. I did it again. Okay. Neat. All right, so that's how they're supposed to go in. I got to remove some stickers and then apply some screws. And then, yeah. I heard this was a really easy mod. They weren't kidding. I like that there are stickers on this as well. I saw that in one of... I can't remember now if it was Taki Udon or... I can't remember the name of the other guy. But, oh, come on. They said that one of their kits didn't come with stickers, which is a bit of a shame. I think that was a fluke. Mine came with stickers, and I ordered mine probably around the same time that they did. But it doesn't really matter because the stickers labels are posted on the back. So, yes, it says what they are with the stickers, but it also says L5 on the button itself. So, you can't really screw it up, which is nice because I know I have a tendency to screw it up. I've been putting off doing this for a lot of reasons, actually. Man. I get so intimidated by opening up electronics. Despite loving doing it, I get so intimidated because I feel like I can't do it, or like I shouldn't be able to do it, or like I'm going to have some problem, or not enough time, or whatever. But I always make some excuse, and then put it off, and put it off, and put it off. I feel like I'm still within the first month or two of these products existing. I think that's true. Oh my god, this sticker. I also do have the Gully Kit, or Gully Kit, whatever, thumbsticks. But that requires soldering one wire. And I do not have a soldering iron that I like. Oh my god. This one sticker is just so stubborn. Come on, there we go. It's finally off. That one got destroyed. But yeah, I do have the Gully Kit, what's it called? Thumbsticks but I've been waiting to get a new soldering iron. All right, turn it to stun. All right, let's see if this is as easy to install as it looks like it should be. Just drops right in when the buttons are flat, or not flat, but there's not something behind it. Kind of looking forward to that LTT stubby. This would be a perfect experience, perfect application for that. LTT stubby, waiting for you. Yeah, I will buy a whole nother screwdriver just to have a stubby one. This is a really nice screwdriver. Yeah, oh, that magnetism. I picked up like 7 screws? 7. Yeah. I feel like it could have picked up more. That's hilarious. I like that it's black hardware on this too. It's kind of a classy touch. It could have gone silver and cheaped out a bit. They did a good job. Oh man, that's major user error on my part. I don't have any excuse for that. I've got shaky hands when doing anything new, which is really unfortunate considering I like dealing with very small tech for fun. All right. 3 halfway done. Oh, framing, I need to get better at that too. There we go. So there's a trick for doing this more correctly, which is to screw back just a little before you screw forward. Got 2 of them that time. Generally speaking, that is a concern, especially if you're dealing with plastic. But like I said, these inserts here are brass, so they're very resilient. It would be very difficult to cross-thread these. Still possible, don't get me wrong, but very difficult. So I'm not going to bother. Although, when putting the screws back into the deck at the end, I will be doing that method, you'll see. All right, 2 more of these screws to go. 2 more on my screwdriver again. I'm trying to do this in a way that it looks the most reasonable, realistic. My God, I need that stubby. I'm so choked up on this thing. All right. So in the battle between the angle and the function, trying to find that sweet spot. All right. You want to go tight, but not too tight. These are supposed to, yeah, tight, but not too tight. Just double checking this set over here before I move on, because I freaking will forget. Right. Last screw. And honestly, okay, so this whole process involves so little screwing. The main issue I'm worried about is me screwing up. Yeah, this next step is where I'm worried. Okay, so that, actually, before we go forward, buttons. A little bit more give on them, a little bit more bounce to them. Actually, kind of like those. Funky sound, but I'm sure that'll go away once it's already put together, or once it's finally put together. All right, so set it back to kill. This might be too large. I don't remember if I used this before or not. Very tiny screws. Very tiny screws. I forgot about these. Okay, they're going in their own little cube over here in my iFixit top tray. There are 3. I believe they're all 3 the same size. Don't quote me on that. But the LTT screwdriver, again, does deliver. Sorry about bumping the mic. I apologize. Where's this? Oh, yeah, and the third screw. Sorry. Third screw is underneath this little plate here, which I actually have a tool for. I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to pull them both out. All right. So, I've gotten under here a couple of times before to change out the drive. All right, it's still set to kill. All right, this one is the one that makes me the most nervous. They're not all the same size. The short, flat one is the one that goes right there. You cannot mess it up. Again, sorry for tapping the mic. I apologize. All right, so once you get those out, this piece here will just lift right out, and you'll see where the thermal pads are that connect it to all of this. This is going to be the next step of what we're removing. I have not gone this far before. A little nervous, not going to lie. It looks like there's one screw on this side of the assembly, and then 2 screws for the fan. Oh, sorry, 2 screws for this side of the assembly, and then 2 screws for the fan. And I believe that those parts are connected. Oop. Magnets, am I right? This is going to be where I take a quick break and refer to a video myself. So it seems this is actually easier than I thought it was. Yeah, I got a video of Brett from UFD Tech up there who did this a couple months ago, showing me like that this exists in the first place. Yeah, apparently just removing these screws will do it. These, okay, silver one goes on the left. Come on. Is it a captive screw, maybe? Seems like it might be. Okay. It's funny, he also used the same screwdriver. Okay, so the flat-headed lower one, I'm putting in its own separate quadrant. Quadrant? Wrong word. Right idea. All right, so then he said that this whole thing should then just come up, which it looks like it is. You don't want to bend it, of course. Is there another screw that I'm missing? I think it might just be a sticker. Yeah, it's just a sticker. Okay. That's intense. All right. Heatsink removed. That was easy. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, next steps are pretty straightforward. We are going to remove the thermal paste from both sides of this, and I'm going to put that thermal pad in its place. Yeah. Hope for the best. Moving forward. I should have set a timer to see how long this all takes. I do have other thermal paste to replace this with if this doesn't end up working out, by the way. I've got some Cryonaut. I'm sure it'll work fine. Key fact, feature, function, I forgot to remove the battery. Don't do that. I'm going to remove the battery now. Battery is officially disconnected. It's not all the way pulled out, but the pins are disconnected. I don't want to pull the whole thing out. All right, now I'm going to start touching electronics. All right, alcohol swab should do the trick for removal of thermal paste. Use more of them than you think you need to. I've always found it to be better to just let them soak up the thermal compound, whatever it is, and then to move on to another one. This is a very pretty and shiny dye. Holy crap. This one is going to go over there for now. I'll deal with that later. All right, second pad. There are a lot of very tiny traces coming off of this, or I guess around this. So I'm trying my best to kind of be gentle, but still remove these. Let's go with the left hand. Get that nail in there just a bit. The thermal paste that they have on here in itself should be non-conductive. And I believe the thermal pad that I have gotten here is also non-conductive. Still, you want to make sure everything is dry, that you're not like pouring rubbing alcohol on all of this. You know, it looks like I'm not going to get it perfect. Which I guess is fine. There's a tiny little QR code on here. I think that's adorable. Okay. Next is to remove the thermal paste from this. This you don't have to be nearly as careful with, this heatsink. Unless, of course, you're knocking chunks of fucking stuff. Go with the other one. I did happen to knock a piece of thermal compound into here, but luckily I'm not a complete and total psycho or idiot. All right. Got it all out of there. That's another reason that you should use multiple pads. I'm going for another one. Is you'll start building up residue and it will start balling up and clumping up. If you've never done this before, which I've never done it for a Steam Deck before, but if you've never done this before in general, yeah, cleaning out thermal paste, it always tends to be more messy than it should be. All right. That looks pretty darn good. All right, I'm gonna let this dry for a moment before I start cutting into the frost sheet. Cutting into scissors. I'll be right back. Haha. All right, these are the most normal scissors I have. It's time for gloves and to remember where I put everything. Legitimately. Okay. That can go back there with the rest. Everything should be dry enough. I am legitimately just putting on gloves. Because I do not like finger condoms, I guess. I don't know. I have no reason. Just figured the gloves would probably be the easiest. Frost sheet, be careful, I'm fragile. Let's see just how fragile you actually are. Okay. Man, this is actually way more intimidating than I thought it was going to be. Let's rule out some factors. Put the heat sink over there. They say this is supposed to be reusable, but I'm just like, do you say so? Also, how are you supposed to measure what you're supposed to cut here? So slightly more than half. Okay. Oh, I can see the scissors through it. That is really thin. Okay. Man, you only get one shot. All right, one snip. Ta-da! It's a little bit oversized, but that should not be a problem. Oh, come on. You know what? I've literally got a tool for this. All right. I'm probably being a little excessively careful with this, but it was like, oh, I don't know, it was like 25, 30 bucks. No reason to not stress. Got a little bit left over. Don't know if I'm going to use that for anything or not. All right, but that looks to be on. It's covered, but not too far overhanging. It is overhanging a little. All right. Next order of business is to place this back down as centered as possible. I think the surgery is complete. Set your weapon back to stun. All right, so I'm going to do 2 stages of this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. All right, that is on. Heatsink is replaced. Sticker is replaced. Seems to be quite sturdy. I'm going to do 2 versions of this. I'm going to see if it's changed at all with just this by throwing the back plate back on. I'm not going to screw it all down. I'm just going to place it on. I'm going to put the 1 screw on it, actually. But I'm going to see how it fares. Oh, again, do not forget to put the battery back in. All right, battery is back in. You saw the light go on there for a second. I really hope it didn't just power on, but that's fine if it did. All right, take that flat screw. I'm going to place this back down temporarily. All right. Like I said, though, I'm not going to fully reassemble this whole thing. But I am going to mostly fully assemble this whole thing. All right. And Steam Deck has a neat little trick to where it needs power or it will not play nice. After the battery has been removed, it made the sound of powering on. I didn't push the button yet. I think that's just part of it saying like, good, we're good to go. We'll find out. I think my streaming service is being particular. My streaming service? Streaming application. Let's see. Oh, it was doing an update. Still should be fine. It's just doing an update in full screen, but it scaled down because I did a thing. This will fix itself. Point proven. Yeah, I'm very confident that like wrecking a Steam Deck is like almost impossible. Okay, it's logging me in. Don't look. Yeah, I don't think it's going to show anything that it shouldn't show. All right. And then we are going to load up Doom. Oh, right. It's on my, it was running off of my micro SD card, I suppose. Let's hot swap that sumbitch back in because I'm not installing that all over again. I'm just not. It is on the micro SD. That's even funnier. That was running off of the micro SD like that. Not bad. Okay. So running us some Doom Eternal. Plugging the screen in. Come on, Capture, you can do it. Look at that lovely software go. Okay. Going to shrink this back down. Going to blow this back up. All right. So now we're testing the efficacy. And this is like all one take. I'm going to cut things down, obviously, for length, but it already is still working, so I'm happy with that. Little victories, am I right? Little victories. Teleporting. Press A. We're going to go into the same campaign slot. I do think it's funny knowing that this is loading off of an SD card and having it still be pretty. Like, that's pretty cool. So, first impressions are good. It does seem quieter. And that fan is a lot lower. Again, it's not heat soaked just yet. But yeah, it does seem to be doing a little bit better. Let's see, 99%. It's hitting 76, see, 78. Let's see if it'll hit 80 still. $79. But the fan RPM, it's much lower. Okay. Clock speed is also ever so slightly higher. I'm getting 1550, 1560 instead of 1510. 1560. Okay. It hit that 80C. I'm getting 1 or 2 more frames a second. Like, maybe up to 3. I mean, that's not nothing. Especially on a Steam Deck where you're limited to like 45 frames a second or something like that. You know, that's not bad. Yeah, so it seems to be, now that it's heat soaking a little bit more, it seems to be, and of course it is like, you know, on a vent, it's sucking through, you know, it's on the case. Um, but it does seem to be doing better and doing it at a lower fan speed. So I'm going to write that down. Oh, it disconnected, of course. Technical difficulties. Reconnect, you got this. Come on. Encouraging words. Let's try unplugging and replugging. Did I get it? God, I hope I get it. Hey, okay. So we are getting, now that it's heat soaking a little bit more, the GPU is still at 99%, but we are getting 82 to 83 C, so 2 degree lower. So let's see. Let's just make a line. Let's just go GPU 82 to 83 C, still at 99%, which is good. And we're getting, it's dancing around between, I'd say 1530, because it's jumping up and down. But let's see, 1530 megahertz. Okay. CPU, roughly the same. It's roughly identical. CPU, yeah, no real difference. No real. Oh, I see. The CPU's temp is actually up a little. Okay. So never mind. We have a locked 87C on the CPU temp. Oh, now it's 88. Okay, so let's write that out. 87 to 88C. And the fan is at, fan's now running higher than it was before. It's now overheating more, but it still has higher clock speeds. It's because the CPU is doing some stuff. Okay, we're learning in real time here. So how interesting. I wonder. FPS, I swear I can write letters. The FPS is higher though. I'm gonna say 48, 49. The fan is supposed to be quieter, so that's kind of a bit of a downside, but I think that's because of the CPU. I think the next step is going to drop that down. So let's go. CPU 56 to 60%. For some reason. And the fan, now that it's heat soaking, is close to 6,500. So 6,500 RPM. And then same settings. All right. Let's see if this changes it. 88, 87. But the fact that I'm consistently getting, whoa, a lot more frames per second. Like I haven't dipped below 45 since doing this. Okay, so I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting better performance and more noise from doing that. I was expecting one to go up and one to go down. All right, so then final task. We will unplug this and I will go to the last step of this. I'll do a new recording, is putting on the new backplate. We'll see what that does.